Thank you. Let's get back to the dungeon. 32 should be more than enough. So yeah, go. That should be enough. We should do that. Okay, good. We'll do the inventory management at the end of the stream. We'll do that. Yes, here. Up here. They will respawn, huh? They'll respawn. Let me activate. I should have activated my buffs before. Doesn't matter. I have fire damage. It should be effective against the zombies. Another thing that we haven't paid a lot of attention to is the insane amount of enemy variety that this game has. The insane amount of enemy variety, kind of like from rats to kobolds, to mounted kobolds, to zombies, undead, bears, and inside of bears there was the brown bear, the black bear, and the white bear. I mentioned this a lot of streams ago. If the bear, this is the rule. If the bear is black, fight back. If the bear is brown, play dead. If the bear is white, run away, or no, you are dead because it's the most aggressive type of bear. The most aggressive class of bear. I don't know, that's the legend. I don't know. I never had. There are no bears at the southern cone of the American continent, of the American hemisphere. So I don't know. But that's the legend. That's the legend, people. So there you have it. Safari survivability, survival 101. Actually, don't listen to me. Listen to someone who actually knows about that, understands the topic. No, here is quite different. We kind of like, we don't have the so cute koalas that they have in Australia. In that sense, they were so fortunate over there. But here we mostly have felines like pumas, but not where I am. Kind of like in the center of South America, there are those instead of bears. But I would still say that they're much less dangerous than bears, because the bears are kind of like, I don't know, they are so scary. They're so scary, especially when they kind of like stand on 2 feet instead of 4, kind of like, except for the brown ones that are a bit smaller. When they stand on 2 paws instead of 2 feet, they are terrifying, honestly. Oh well. Hey, look at that, there's a quest inside of this remote crypt. It will take us probably... It'll probably take us until the end of the year to explore 100% of this game. It's amazing that the developers put so much attention to detail. Let me see the crash. It's been 2 hours and 41. Okay. So far it's 41 minutes without the crash. Remember, we are testing without compatibility, without Windows Vista compatibility this time. XP, we just saw that the Windows XP compatibility wasn't good. It added a lot of lag, so it's not an option. Gravestone. Here lies another gladiator who thought he could take on Orpheus. Let me guess, this guy is Orpheus? Gravestone. Here rests Logamir. He was foolish enough to get rid of Orpheus' way. To get in Orpheus' way, sorry. Let's see, I don't know what we're getting into this time. Logamir. Ah, the one from the black. You have succeeded in bringing my beloved Marianne this far. Please help us find a way out of the underworld. But first, kill Orpheus. Yeah, I can see that everyone in this room, be them undead or actual human beings, they all hate this guy. So, let's see.
Seal it in blood, I mean, ink?
I wonder how different the missions, the quests for the other classes are, because kind of like classes have exclusive quests here in this game. Gravestone, another satisfied customer of Orpheus, a battle mage, presumably because there was not much left of him. Grrr, Rendashtam. And Carian language, I don't know. Move along, nothing to decipher here. For me, Spanish plus English is more than enough. Besides, this is another weird thing. If you either speak Spanish or Italian, you do understand the other more or less. It's like Dutch and English. It should be partially understood by the receiver. Guardian of Souls, Pale Death in with his person. He's not following us. Now we have a zombie following us, people. I've escorted a lot of humans, but escorting a zombie, it's new for me. Have to distribute our skill points. Let's not forget about that. We'll keep investing a bit on willpower, because intelligence, we've invested most of it there. So good. 28. Can we get the other talent? Wait. We may be in range to get the next talent. That's another thing about languages. When you speak a different language than your native tongue, I learned this while teaching English. I've been told, and by people who understand much more than I do, linguistics, that you use different parts of the brain. Kind of like different languages according to the origin. For example, Romance languages like French, as Spanish and Italian, it uses a different part of the brain when compared to when you speak in English or Dutch or German. And it's pretty good for the brain, because it kind of like forces the brain to use different sections. But there was a hard cap. Let's see if it lets me. We have 26 distributed points to 31. Let's see, because there's a hard cap. Let's see if it lets me allocate the 5 points. One? No, only one. It's kind of like one per level. It's a hard cap that I cannot overcome. So I need to ensure I always have now. Those fourth wall interactions are amazing. The developers of the game have put so much care in everything, from the insane amount of side quests to everything that is such. I've mentioned this several times. Such a pity that it has so many performance issues. Alright, it's inside of the dungeon. The other way. Let's do it. I will. Here. So yeah, believe it or not, we use different parts of the brain. So learning a language, it's been recommended as kind of like a different language than your native language. It's kind of like recommended for anyone who has kind of like in his or her family, if your ancestors had problems with Alzheimer, kind of like learning a second language is a huge barrier, because it forces the brain to use different sections constantly, and speaking the language and kind of like making it being fluent forces the brain to kind of like use different parts of it. I know this because I teach English, and I generally have to I generally say these things as kind of like a motivation. That is not just learning another language just for work opportunities or getting a better job or whatever. It also forces you to use different sections of the brain, and it has proven to be incredibly amazing in cases of people who had ancestors with Alzheimer, both parents or grandparents, or, well, I don't know about that, great-grandparents. Seek not the flashing glaive of Atherton, it seeks you. So, we have some piece of equipment, some gloves, presumably that will... In a democracy, it's your vote that counts. In feudalism, It's your count that votes. Extremely true. Extremely true. Remember that the developers of this game inspired themselves in a lot of medieval European legends. We could see it in some characters even have the names of some medieval European legends. A backward poet writes in verse. Damn, that looks like a gargoyle. It makes me remind me what a good game on the Game Boy. On the Game Boy, what a good game. The Gargoyles. Um, no, it wasn't the Gargoyle. The Gargoyles series. Few people know that the second game has been fan translated. The second Gargoyles game on the Game Boy was fan translated not so long ago. Not so long ago. Amazing game. Amazing game. It was only released in Japan. It was originally, but now we have the translation, and it's an amazing game. It's the second part of the Gargoyles, kind of like the SNES game. The Demon's Crest is the third part. Few people know this, but because generally they explore the Super Nintendo and not the Game Boy. Demon's Crest is actually the third part of a series called Gargoyle that I believe started on the Game Boy, because technically Gargoyles 1 was released 1 year before in 1989, or was in 1990. It was released before Demon's Crest on the Super Nintendo. A bicycle can't stand alone. It is too tired. Well, that one, I don't know. that's even for a philosopher like I am, that's way too much. That's way too deep. Let's see if we're all right. There's one more chamber. I want to loot everything. Loot. This kind of like the classic zombie that's waiting you in a chest. In Diablo, this is the same. Fanguil and Cthulhu. I could read Cthulhu, and I know what that means. Relish, we have here. I just read Cthulhu, so I don't know what may be behind that door. That one I understood. It's a universal language, even in Ankarian language. In Skyrim should have done that much more frequently, having kind of like custom-made languages. It did have, but using them more frequently. A chicken crossing the road. Poultry in motion. Love it. Alright. I understood that, so I could read Cthulhu. Is that Cthulhu or what? Let's talk to Cthulhu. Orpheus. Right. What could we use as unmortal? As undead boys. Kill the mortal and destroy the spirit. You have brought new life to a lab most foul. How touching. Honestly, it fills my heart with joy. I'm afraid I can't let you live though. I mean, no one saw that coming ever. I mean, what would all the other demons say? I could do you one small favor. I could reunite you forever in death. Hey, we have options. I mentioned this last time. Here we can see the classic, the huge influence that Mass Effect 1 had on all games from the 7th generation. Kind of like if you try any game from the 7th generation, you'll see that they follow BioWare's classic morality choice system. In this case, quest choice system. It's kind of like a morality choice system. It's pretty similar. Here we can clearly see the influence of Mass Effect on a lot of these games, because even if we've had morality choices before Mass Effect, it's true that the one that popularized it was Mass Effect. It's true that it's not the first one. The first one would once again be our father of all RPGs, Baldur's Gate 1. For me, that game is sacred, as you can see. But it's true that BioWare had implemented that way before, but it's true that Mass Effect 1 was the one that made it popular among console players as well. So it was not just PC. BioWare was not just confined to PC players, and it made it quite popular, the morality system. So if I understand this correctly, this Orpheus, you have brought new life to a living soul. How touching, honestly, to my. I can't let you live though. I mean, what would demons say? I could you do one small favor. What would all the other demons say? He's afraid of his social status between undead. Guys, think about that. Social status between um, ghosts and undead. Now that's poetic. I could reunite you forever. What's he offering me? It's not clear. That's part of the game. Hmm. I could reunite you forever in death. I wonder what he's offering. This mystery. I am glad that we made it all the way here to this remote quest. So... what to do for... on the one hand, I want to fight him because he looks pretty strong, and to test my abilities, the limits of my abilities. And on the other hand, he's offering something weird. Reunite you forever in death. No, you know what? I am tempted by what he's offering, but I want to have the experience of fighting a huge boss. And I bet you all agree with me to some extent. Like, if we join him, we won't be able to kill a guy that a lot of lost adventurers have been trying to kill. So, get ready, because this guy looks pretty powerful. Ah no, it's just a mini-boss. This is a joke. I mean, now I feel stupid. Ah, he revived. He's immortal? Don't tell me he's immortal. Nope, just... Skull Trophy, Nether of a... I couldn't read. Alright. That was... Like, at the end of the previous stream we did a boss fight. Thank you now for sparing our lives. Can you take us to the surface now? Ah, I also have to score them. Well, don't you worry, people. Once I've looted everything. Damn it, that was disappointing. I expected a boss. I am spoiled now. See what happens when you fight. At the end of the previous stream, we fought a boss, kind of like the first world boss. We actually fought two of them. Because we also beat a griffin. That was either I got the hang of the game finally and I don't suck, or that boss was a joke. It was a mini boss though, so I don't know. A wheel is a dead giveaway. Oh, damn it. Hey, there's more loot in here. Did I skip it last time? Here we go. Grave. Pig's power run out. No, that wasn't a crash. In case you're wondering, it's just that they killed my doppelganger or what. What happened there? What happened there? My doppelganger is still up. The game didn't crash. 56 minutes. We are in the range of the crash, people, huh? So we need to stay sharp. Let me take all of these guys outside of the dungeon. That was amazing. The boss was a bit weak. Here we are beginning to see some lack of balance. Like, I was able to easily kill that guy. We are beginning to see the opposite polarity that I've been mentioning. Up to now we've been getting killed a lot, and now another slave for the harm of the insatiable Orpheus. Damn it! Now I feel a bit better about killing that villain, I guess. Have we explored this section? Yeah. Now I'm lost. There's the exit. No, I'm not lost. There we go. here we can begin to see the typical problem, which I hope doesn't happen in this game, that once you reach the mid-game gameplay mechanics or late-game gameplay mechanics, it becomes pathetically easy. But I don't think it will be the case with this game, because if I've learned something about this game, if it has taught me something, is that the scaling it has is perfectly designed. So I honestly don't believe it will... Hang on a second, I don't want to die here and come all the way back. I ran out of potions, I believe. I believe I ran out of potions. I should have turned in the quest. Don't worry, it's pretty close. I probably ran out of potions.
I thank the gods for this new chance.
No, I didn't. Let's turn in the quest. Let's ignore this. All of these macaques killing each other like savages. Let's see. Only here. It's right here. Let's turn in the quest first. Look, I'm alive again. How can possibly? Thank you. Did I die? Nope. The game got like crazy there a bit. Let me clear the area, I guess. I don't have a lot of potions. Thank goodness to the doppelganger. Stop it. Stop it. Let me... Anyways, if they kill me, they are actually doing me a favor now. Because I don't have to come back. This is the edge of the map. But I don't know. I feel bad about letting them kill me. I don't know. That doppelganger. Since I could turn that doppelganger ability into a permanent buff, my life has changed. Like, careful, it's not up. And now we've really run out of potions. Dead. Dead. Nope. Not yet. Let me see, let me see, let me see. Good. See, I didn't feel good about them letting them kill me. Besides everything... Hey, wait, Cobble Shaman, that's part of a quest. Ah, no. Here we have a quest. Wait. Death will never reach us because we have our doppelganger.
Check my inventory one more time.
Yeah. I don't want to make the gameplay boring for you guys. Kind of like... That's why I'm not discharging my inventory, let's say. I'm not selling all my stuff at the town, but... At any town there, but... Good. Oh, we are full. Good. Good. We lose the potion, we need to restock. Without potions, you die pretty soon and fast in this game. That's the only thing I cannot avoid. I wonder if when we'll get to, instead of light potion, to the mount. Horse, please. I know, well, anyways, the kobolds that I must kill must be quite close. See what I mentioned last time. The pathfinding definitely was an issue back in the day that we could all see in RTS games and real-time tactics games. See, the horse is not appearing. See? It's part of the pathfinding, the huge pathfinding issues that games had back in the day. So as I mentioned the other day, it was a particular problem in terms of RTS games, because it would, if pathfinding is not done right in an RTS game, think about it, it's kind of like a critical flaw. In the case of this game, well, the horse won't reach me. Hope it's not dead, because mounts can die in this game. Hope it's not dead, now that I think of it. But yeah. We're also making progress in terms of our economy. Look at that. We're already at 300,000. We finished all of the quests. The chicken. Let's go to the cemetery and read all of the crazy dev messages. But I need my horse. Where is my horse? I just saw it. It's not dead. Cobble Shaman defeated. Good. Good. Alright, it was a quest that... It's not coming, people, huh? I'm beginning to get worried. It's not coming. Have you seen it die? I haven't. Not at all.
And this is only the beginning.
Perhaps when I teleported or something. He's not coming. He's not coming. I don't like this. Well, fortunately we have enough money to get another one, but I feel bad about my horse now. Because I couldn't even see that when... Perhaps it's when you get killed while riding it and it's automatic. With your undead close to camp. With my undead close to camp, Scarlet, you saw it. Damn it. What you have an eagle eye. You have eagle eyes. When did... I just know the area. Wait, because these guys kill me and I don't get my... With the undead close to camp... I don't know how you saw it. No, honestly. You know the area, you say, but... With the undead close to camp... To the high elf outpost, this one, you mean? Damn it. Yeah, it's true that generally the streamer cannot pay attention to the details as he's playing, but still, I could have sworn the undead close to the camp. Yep. So it's a high elf outpost. Let me see. Anyways, it should return to me. It's kind of like stuck. Interesting behavior, people. Interesting behavior of the artificial intelligence and the pathfinding. See what I mentioned on Tuesday. I see that I have very good reasons to highlight it. If you see it, Scarlet, I don't know. I don't know. It's the first time it's not responding to me. The pathfinding gods, people. The pathfinding gods. The undead... With your undead close to camp. So, it's with my doppelganger. But my doppelganger is following me, eh? Or you meant other undead. No, it has to be the doppelganger. We already know an annihilation of the shamans.
Everything
Thank you.
goes as planned.
Maybe if we log in again, but that will jeopardize my testing of the crash bug, because it will reset the loading of the assets. Decisions. Well, I guess we can test the crash. There. No, that's the stable master. Besides congratulating you, Scarlet Dragoon, for spotting the horse, besides congratulating you, I honestly cannot find it. So we'll have to log in again. It's not dead. If you saw it at least once, I think I heard it. I know it could be the stable. Nah, it's a stable. Nah. Let's try it. I think I have the resurrection monolith there. Yeah, it's pretty close. Let's do it. Let me try this. Congratulations for spotting it. Congratulations for spotting it, but honestly, I don't know where it was. Um, I couldn't find it. I couldn't see it on the map, and I honestly cannot see it around the settlement. Sorry, but I couldn't find it. Let me see. This doesn't warranty that the horse will appear, huh? Now I can see that I cannot spot it. No, but it should reset the assets, and that should it should reset the assets, including the horse. See what I meant when I was mentioning the other day that sounded stupid. See how common it was back in the day. See how common it was. So let's see. Could it be that it's stuck inside of the dungeon? Now it feels like playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild all over again. Maybe dead. Well, people, looks like we found another gameplay flaw. See, this is why I love exploring games 100%. I cannot find it, huh? Not coming back. I have enough money for another one, but I feel bad for the poor thing. I think we've just found a pathfinding flaw. A severe pathfinding flaw, people, huh? Look at this. Unless I can find it. It's a flaw the second that I cannot... that it doesn't appear. Scarlet, can you still see it? Sorry that I'm bothering you. Sorry if I'm bothering you, Scarlet Dragon. Can you still see it? You know more about the game than I do. Can you still see it? Because if not, I'll purchase another one. Yeah, don't use Horsoft. But you don't see it on the map. You don't see it, right? Use custom mount. And you cannot lose that one, because the pathfinding will be the same for all of the assets in the game. Or do you have an information that I still know, I guess? Well, this is sad. This is the end of our horse people. Plays sad funeral music. Use custom... and the custom mount won't be affected by it. Maybe check horse vendor. Good idea. You're right. If not, here we find the first pathfinding flaw. Might be able to summon him there. Or shrine teleport. Or portal, maybe, you mean. Let's see. No, this is not the horse, though it has the same... I think it got killed, huh? I think it got somehow killed, is the only logical explanation. Because in this game, mounts can be killed, huh? They can be killed. I think that's the reason, huh? I don't know when it happened, then I need to rewatch the stream. I think that at some point it must have died. It's the only logical explanation. Maybe it did die. Yeah, but I couldn't see it. Usually don't have two. Usually don't have two mounts. No, it must have died. It must have died. Here it is. They use generic names anyways. Okay. Yeah, it must have died. It's just that it happened so fast that none of us realized. That either of us realized at all. Damn it. It was kind of like blazingly fast if it happened, huh? I didn't see. Maybe inside of the dungeon. Maybe inside of the dungeon. When we enter the dungeon, the Orpheus Dungeon. Because I did read that mouse can die. So, well, if there's no point in crying over spilled milk. Sorry, Junior Tech, if you're still watching that I mentioned milk again. That you told me that that you also wouldn't drink milk. But yeah, there's no point crying over spilled milk. Damn, that's kind of like such an old phrase that I remember learning, kind of like back in Cambridge, not Cambridge, England, kind of like the university here in Buenos Aires. There's in the capital of Argentina. There's a dependency of Cambridge. Is one of the biggest ones, and there I remember that while not a single one-handed stuff. I mean, I was so fortunate at the beginning of the series getting this 10 Samuel's Legacy. Like, looting a one-handed stuff in this game is the most uncommon thing I've seen. So we need to pick a new horse. It will cost us half of our gold, but well, now we have a bit more, and it's not a problem. Consider that we started this stream, we began at 200,000 gold. So yeah, pretty sure it died then. Oh, so sad, poor little thing. But well, what are we gonna get here? Fortunately, I was close. It died so close. Like, it died so close to the it died so close to the horse vendor precisely that yeah, it must have died. Well, that I was fortunate. Well, let me see. As I was mentioning, and that was one of the first, one of the oldest phrases, because before learning kind of like modern more modern American English, because American English has a lot of much more modern expressions. I first learned, that's why some of my words like learned, I use the T instead of learned with ED. First you learn here, chance to evade. Is this one expensive? Yeah, it's extremely expensive, that's the reason. No, I don't want to spend all of my fortune on a horse. Something reasonable, please, something reasonable. This one a bit of chance to evade. Let's get him. He's called Racer. He should be pretty fast. At least anyone who's called Racer should be pretty fast. And yeah, there it is. So, I was wrong in my initial assumption. The game doesn't have a pathfinding problem. The horse was dead. So, I was wrong. I was wrong. The pathfinding does work. Let me see. Now I can see that it doesn't come back, and I was right. Now here it is. Now, pretty good pathfinding and relationship between the artificial intelligence and the pathfinding here. No, the horse died. Clearly died. I don't know when. Don't ask me when. If you were watching, I don't know when. If you are watching this as a YouTube VOD, also I don't know when. But the horse somehow died. I think it's because I died mounted on the horse and there's no animation or anything. They should have added a death animation for the horse or something. I couldn't, don't ask me when, but it died. Because the pathfinding did work, so the game doesn't have any pathfinding issues. So my initial assumption was wrong. Okay. So let's get on with it. We have to explore that cemetery. But I'm glad that the pathfinding wasn't wrong. It must have died, huh? Yeah, it died. That's my deduction, is that it died. Definitely. Oh well. It will be the first of many. Sadly, it will be the first of many. And I got it in the previous stream. It only lasted one... yeah, one stream. One stream on Tuesday. We got it on Tuesday. That's so short-lived. Oh well. Let's... Alright, this is the problem. This must have happened. Let me unmount, and then like this they kill it. They killed it. And now they're gonna kill me. A lot of damage over time. Yeah. Yeah, I spent way too much time looking for my horse, and the timer must have gotten crazy there. So I need to be careful. Let's go on foot. Now I'm afraid. There it appeared. Let's leave him there. Let's go on foot. It's pretty close. Anyways. Let's not tempt fate, people. Ah, now he's following me. Well, let's tempt fate then. Oh. Anyways, we have a lot of things. But see how by exploring 100% of the game, you kind of like what I was mentioning. You get to the true essence of the game. I initially thought that it was part of that the game had some kind of pathfinding flaw, but it wasn't the case. It was part of the mechanics. I must be running out of potions. Need to be careful with that. 14. No, we're good. So yes, I'm glad that it wasn't a flaw, but a real gameplay mechanic. So good. Good. It's good that the game penalizes you for not being careful. Hey, I don't remember this zone being so brutal. And I ran out of potions. Almost. Ah, my doppelganger is not up. Ah, I'm being careless. They killed my doppelganger so fast that I didn't realize. And we ran out of potions. There we go. We can make it. Let me use an ability that I usually don't use. Let me explode the corpses. Our doppelganger is up. Wait, this zone got out of control pretty fast. Because I saved and re-entered the game. Careful, that thing is hitting like a truck. Speaking of that, I was mentioning precisely that over at Cambridge, they kind of like first teach you kind of like old school. Like I had to first learn, kind of like after learning how to use the time tenses and everything. Then of course I had to learn in British English there are a lot of still inherited medieval influences. Like that's part of the reason also why in British English I'm sorry, this topic it always I always love to this topic. I usually mention it kind of like when I'm teaching, but I love this topic. It's amazing how incredible and rich English as a language is, because the variation between British and American English kind of like it has a lot of variations that few languages have those variations because they need to be widespread in at least America and Europe at the same time. And for example, it didn't surprise me back then that, for example, in Britain it's common to say lift instead of elevator, or the classic difference it's using centre instead of center, and those differences didn't surprise me, even if I wasn't originally a native speaker, because in Spanish it's the same. Kind of like Spanish from Spain is different from Spanish from Argentina. Like, it's the same relationship. Same relationship. It didn't surprise me, but for example, think about countries that have kind of like, this is called kind of like an enclosed, an encapsulated linguistic influence. Like, I don't know. Like Dutch, while it indirectly influenced English, is not the same. And for example, you can't see the differences besides some isolated isles in the Atlantic Ocean that are Dutch, but just so you have a reference. The same with, I don't know, Hungary or other countries, but that's a gift that few languages have, because they need to be quite widespread, like English, in our case Spanish, French in a lot of African colonies, for example. Let's read the crazy and funny dev messages without getting killed. He said,
is reaching out for me.
This game does love to do that. I didn't have potions. Damn it. Well, yeah, I need potions. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. So yes, few languages have those gifts, but in English it's amazing. It's the most amazing one. That's why I love it so much, because in every part of Britain, for example, and in different states of the US, of course, the accent varies so much that it's an amazing phenomenon. It's an amazing linguistic phenomenon that few languages can truly that it can happen in such few languages, that few languages can truly appreciate it. Like, let's do this. I have an idea. Let's do a fast travel quick here, so we get more than 32 potions, because otherwise this will be an unending loop of running out of potions. So let's do it. Let's buy some here quick. Let's buy some potions and let's get back to it. I want to read the funny dev messages, because I remember that the ones at the first graveyard that I read were pretty amazing. Damn it, we lost a lot of money. I need to remember not to let that horse die ever again. Hey, look at this. Oh, it wasn't in vain. Look at that, people. That could fix a lot of our problems. I bet you can see it because I just placed the Pauldron of the Armadillo. 45 magic armor, which is precisely what I need. Because our armor, as you can see here, we have 408 physical armor, but only 111 magic armor, which is the very reason we are getting killed. Though I'm using some legendary spolders, but yeah. We will trade a bit of physical armor for magic armor here. But it will be more balanced. Like, look at that now. 305 to 136. We can try that because I've been mostly getting killed by magic attacks. Let's go back to our monolith. The band Blind Guardian contributed a song exclusively for Sacred 2. Damn it, I had an interesting detail there. Please don't tell me the horse is dead. Thank you. Alright, good. So, Blind Guardian was a real German band that composed an exclusive piece of music for... piece of soundtrack for the game. Wow. That also happened with a game from Sweden that we analyzed. What was the name? Amazing game, amazing. You have the bots on the YouTube channel. Amazing game, amazing. It was a tower defense. Careful, damn it, my doppelganger. I forgot to activate my buffs. Sorry. This mission is cursed. It's cursed. It was Blood Sports TV. Amazing game that I reviewed on the channel as part of. I didn't review it. I showcased it as part of the MOBA, as part of the offline MOBA. As part of the offline MOBA series. You can check those out in case you are looking for. You're looking to preserve the legacy of a lot of MOBA games. I did a whole series on that. And between them, there was one called Blood Sports TV that also had kind of like an artist an artist from Sweden composed the exclusive soundtrack. Blood Sports TV, amazing game. Highly recommended if you like either tower defense games, MOBA games combined, everything. Incredible game, Blood Sports TV, challenging, incredible. We didn't do the Apocalyptics. We need to do the Apocalyptics yet. It's just that the difficulty was so high that it got to a point that I had to farm for a specific perk of the skill tree, and I remember, well, you have the series on YouTube, but I remember that I had to farm it before trying the Apocalyptics. But amazing, highly recommended. Blood Sports TV, highly recommended. It's unknown and it doesn't deserve to be unknown. So let's read the funny dev messages. Let's do it. We are doing a 100% completion after all. Let's clear all of these. Besides, there's a quest in here. Battle Mage, level 73 Battle Mage, met his fate while seeking ingredients for a double batch of dragon soup. As he perished, his final thought was hopes of being reincarnated with a better name. Battle Mage, level 73 Battle Mage. Pretty good. Not the best one, but good. Inscription, he who amasses treasures has a lot to lose. True. Right there. Pure truth. There's no present, there's only the immediate future and the recent path. I love these philosophical phrases. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility of our future. Damn it. J.R. Shaw. I don't know if they probably must have inspired these philosophical phrases in German philosophers. I'm quite sure of it. I have no proof, but I have no doubts as well. Fear. Level 183 Wood Elf. She blamed the cat, but was really hit by a meteor at one late party too many. Oh. What's the level cap in this game? I'm beginning to wonder. What's the level cap? Because I've read 255, 180, level 19. Podgy Bear, level 19 Vampires. Damn it, this one died way too soon. By the way, we are at over 100 deaths already. Because last time I checked, when we respect on Tuesday, at the beginning of the stream, we were at 107. We must be at 120 something. Pride goeth before a fall. After single-handedly slaying twin dragons, she succumbed to death by boasting. Oh damn it. Cellar, level unknown battle mage. Drink can kill you. It can. See, that's why I mentioned previously that I don't drink alcohol, but well, in this case it's exaggerated to be funny. Timotheus, level 100 Dark Elf. He was stunned to be unexpectedly frazzled in Hell's Reach. Cider Steve, level 130 Gladiator. He was nothing fancy, and after his encounter with the nukes, he was nothing but a memory. Oh damn it. These ones are kind of like these ones are different to the ones that we read last time. Kind of like last time, I remember they were kind of like breaking the fourth wall, kind of like saying, "Player, this is your grave. Don't laugh. It's about to happen to you soon." These ones are kind of like paying homage to the original players of the game, I presume. Scarlet, you should be in here. You should have your character in here, Scarlet. If you know that you have your character inscribed in here, beta testers, which is your character? Is your character in here? Because I remember you said you played the game at the beginning. I sadly was playing one at a time. But that one must be there. Missed it. Damn it. Sacred One. Was playing Sacred One at a time. Sorry. I thought it was one character. No, he was. Damn it. This is like in Diablo 4 they did something similar recently. The first 100 players would have their names inscribed in here. Would have been cool. Damn it. Oh well. Don't be sad about it. You will have plenty of opportunities with several games that are released. Diablo 4 gave that opportunity recently.
You shall suffer hell's worst tortures if you leave me.
Damn it. I saw this also in, you know in what game that we played recently? In Hellgate London they have this. They have kind of like in the underground stations. I don't know if you remember, Scarlet, when we played, well, you were at the final stream of Hellgate London, but I mentioned this constantly during my playthrough, that they created kind of like posters at the underground stations with the most, with the wealthiest guilds, for example, with the guilds most committed to the game, that clear the most dungeons. So this is amazing. This shows you when the game developers do appreciate their players, in this case the beta testers, a lot. Kind of like the ones that it's like, yeah, it's like the first customer in a restaurant, or I don't know, the first subscriber of a YouTube channel or something like that. It's like that, and it's amazing. So yeah, Kami Schult. They even engraved their names. I imagine the developers writing down the names of the beta testers and putting them here. Level 140 Battle Mage. A simple mule farmer who rose to much greater heights. He came to a noble end when he was violently crushed by an orc shaman of the lava plains. These must be hardcore characters as well. And they recorded how they died. Falcon Battle Mage, level 78 Battle Mage. He was brought to tears in the valley for unknown reasons, and now he's gonna kill me. Thanks, my doppelganger. The Gold Girl, level 66 Battle Mage. They were all Battle Mages. What's with this? It was certainly we can see that the most popular class during beta testing was that. He finally got to gold alive, to gold difficulty alive. Then foolishly this one is one of the best, surely. Then foolishly believed Akroma when he said, "Don't worry about our level difference. My shard mage will protect." This one was good. This one, you must admit that it was cool. Pretty amazing. He didn't. Because I remember you mentioned it, Scarlet Dragoon, that at the beginning of the game, the level scaling wasn't, before they patched the game, it was kind of like, it wouldn't scale to your level automatically. I remember you mentioned something like that. Level 185 Battle Mage, death by clubbing. Predictable, typical. Here lie all the victims of the Cold War. Well, I don't know how to interpret this one, people. Because the game was... yeah, because it's from Germany. No, but Cold War was Russia and US. Well, but it has several implications in several parts of the world. It's true. It's true. I don't know how to interpret this one. In this one, they got me. The game was level 141, Demon Sinkles 007. She succumbed to death by gross overconfidence. Yep, it happens. The Cold War one left me thinking. But level vampire, she was frazzled to death by a result of showing off. Hey, I see a lot of battle mages. Well done, player. Thanatos, level 204 gladiator. He was blinded by enemies after accidentally wandering into the reaches of hell itself. I see that one venturing into the reaches of hell itself also repeated several times. I'm beginning to wonder where hell is in this game. Of course, probably under our current position, but well. Level 162 Dark Elf, ever helpful and friendly. Poor Dax talked himself to death. This is probably a beta tester that ran out of patience and stopped playing the game. Scarlet, before I finish the stream, you mentioned that in Sacred 1 you were playing it. Were you included in Sacred 1? Sorry, now I have the doubt. I need to know. Did they include you in Sacred 1? Did they include you? Because I haven't played it as well. We could play it. I would love to see your plague. If they included you. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle, wise people are diligent. I beat it a few times. It was fun. But did they include you in the beta testing? It's difficult, I know, because you have to be kind of like at the very creation of the game. Like, probably most of these players were German, or at least European. No, that was quite a long time ago. Yeah, it's cool. Just to mention, none of us probably ever get inscribed in video games. This is kind of like, these are all probably, you know what I think? They are all probably either German players, straight up German, only German players, or European, at least European players, because I think this was never released in our continent on launch date, probably. Back in the day, then there was probably a delay, and then they released it after beta testing. 2004 for Sacred 1. 2004. Yeah, it was that period of time. Well, now we'll probably get nostalgic, but it was that period of time in which gaming was divided by regions, kind of like American continent. It was us, pretty much here, and then Europe we were kind of like isolated from Europe in terms of the distribution of the games. Little Riggs, level 180 dwarf, ambushed by thieves on a bridge while stretching his legs. So yeah, there was a huge distribution problem. Level 118, Seraphine perished when the party she attended with a friend ended up being much more crowded than expected. Pretty good. Alright, those were all the tombs, people. So, hope you enjoyed reading the tombs. We had a quest in here, the chicken, we have already finished it, so let's turn it in. My poor chicken, just think of all the eggs, it will never get to lay now. Here, take this as a token of my appreciation. See, we were talking so much about not eating eggs, and now the chickens are there. All the eggs, so many omelets, lost. It's like omelette world war. Right. I was mentioning there was a lot of distribution issues back in the day, and we were kind of like, hey, I lost some armor here because I changed my globes, some piece of equipment, my globes indeed. Plus 7.5 casting speed. I need to keep those. No, this one, the pauldrons. This one, armor lore plus 2. You know what? We'll keep our pauldrons because that way I don't have to worry about physical damage. Besides, they look much cooler. I wonder if we will ever complete a set of armor. I am pretty close, like to close. We're halfway there, roughly. No, less than halfway there to Illigard's Judgment. To have a complete set of Illigard's Judgment. No, there was a distribution problem back then because I remember in well, now you made me our chat Scarlet Dragoon made me remember something. I bet you will remember this as well. E3. I remember that at one there was one chart I remember E3 watching E3 and I remember that in one chart it's in I think it was the release of the PS3. I remember that it kind of like considered, for example, Europe, America, and Japan kind of like isolated markets. Kind of like we were extremely isolated back in the day. We were extremely isolated, kind of like the distribution for the American continent, for all of North and South America. It was kind of like there. In South America, there was not even distribution back in the day. Then it was incorporated, kind of like it was kind of like appended to North America, to the US and Canada, and then Europe was isolated from us, from North and South America, and Japan. Well, it has always been its own thing. So because of that, I deduce that most of the beta testers were probably either only of European origin, only Europeans, or I didn't have my citizenship back in the day because I wasn't 18, so 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 I also wasn't European. Now I am. um, so we were isolated. Also, 2004 for World of Warcraft. Well, yes, yes. Many people still um, are convinced. I would say it's a tie between 1998 and 2004, which was the best game for video games, the best year for game releases of video games in general. There, we have to turn in the quest and grab more. So these two guys stop following me. There's a huge debate, kind of like it's between 2004 and 1998. I have a hard time. It's basically World of Warcraft against Zia, you are, and Zia, he's kind of like imitating a French accent, I believe, people. Zia, you are, and Zia are my elves. Let me ag you, none, not you, the elves. Here is your reward. Everyone shall know how generous the famous Paul Butesque can be. Yes, he was imitating a French accent with that typography, with the C instead of a T. The best omelette of them all. See? We've come full circle, people. Omelettes for everyone. So yeah, it's a huge debate. It's a huge debate, in all seriousness, between 1998 and 2004. There are arguments on both sides. This is a topic that I've discussed a lot, not on stream, but I discussed and thought about it a lot. 2004 has my second favorite game of all time, Knights of the Old Republic 2. So, and World of Warcraft, which I think that also perfected. It was kind of like a needed stepping stone in terms of defining the level design of open world RPG games, which then nowadays after Skyrim, The Witcher 3, and Breath of the Wild, they have become dominant. They are certainly the dominant market for the AAA industry. Of course, we're not talking about indies or AA games. We have to turn in another quest there. Let me complete the quests, and we have several quests to do here in the city as well. Damn it! We're at only 100. 1000 there. It's a huge debate. World of Warcraft, as I said, huge influence. Not only influenced the MMORPG genre, but also influenced all RPGs in general. The level design, precisely the level design, not the combat system, because nowadays we even see that MMORPGs they tend to go to action-oriented combat, similar to Skyrim, which I think is a mistake. It's a personal take. I love that. I have this theory that tap targeting combat never reached its full potential. The best example of tap targeting combat, it's arguably between, this one is quite personal, Star Wars: The Old Republic, but for most people will be Ion, without a doubt. Ion. You seek employment with me, I can also do this lawyer center, just for you. Quest completed. This is a nested quest. So we finish the quest. Summer residence, down a little summer house, and portrait there, and browsing. I will read the missions, as I've said, fast, because we have to pick a lot of them, and we are doing a 100% completion of it, plus the analysis, so it will take us a lot of time. In terms of arguments, to support the fact that 1998 was the better year when compared to 2004, I'm amazed at the graphical effect there with the glass. Consider that it's 2008, the release date of this game, and I am surprised by that. See that there's a distortion. Let me zoom in so you can see it. As I pan the camera, notice that on the glass there's a distortion effect. This game is from 2008, and it has a better distortion effect than in some modern games. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's also the very reason why the game crashes so often, but well, it has amazing graphics for 2008. Amazing. And they scale perfectly to 1440p in my case. Help! Mercy! Squatter! They are gonna kill my horse again. I've learned this lesson. I've learned my lesson. No. Not gonna happen again. This horse was expensive. Oh. We are getting a... We just got to a medieval pub. A tavern back in the day. Look at this. Now I feel at home, like in Baldur's Gate. Sorry, I got lost in the gameplay a bit there. Arguments to support... long stuff. I cannot believe it. Could it be that single-handed staves are the most difficult piece of equipment to loot in this game? The most difficult type of weapon to loot in this game? I'm convinced of it. 1998. Baldur's Gate. It's also... We're talking about the father of all RPGs. The father of all RPGs, Baldur's Gate. Of all classic RPGs and modern RPGs, from the morality system to the, as I said, Mass Effect popularized the morality system, but it's true that if we are being rigorous, if we are being strict, Baldur's Gate is the one that injected a lot of gameplay mechanics, a lot of Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. It streamlined those mechanics in games and proved to be successful. So, 1998, we have Baldur's Gate 1, and we also have, on the Nintendo 64, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. So, we have the game that defined RPG open world games, because Baldur's Gate back in the day was scaled, let's say, to modern days, an open world game, and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which basically fixed 3D gaming as a whole. Hey, could it be that this is a mission, the Blind Guardian mission? I hear a rock guitar. I hear an electric guitar. Sorry, not a rock guitar. Could it be? I heard a rock guitar there. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time fixed 3D gaming as a whole, because of what we've been continuously mentioning when analyzing the comparison between the lock-on and the hovering system in the case of the targeting in RPG games that we've been doing. I'm not gonna repeat it, but because I spoke 1 hour in the previous stream and half an hour today, so I'm not gonna repeat it. But basically, the C targeting index of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time fixed 3D gaming as a whole. I don't know if it's not because being a Nintendo fanboy or anything, because if there's any game that was released before it which had the C index, any 3D game with the C index implemented, I think there's none, and that's why it's considered one of the best of all time. The C index fixed 3D gaming as a whole, and then of course Baldur's Gate, and the lock-on system, of course. The combination of the lock-on system and the C index targeting system both fixed 3D gaming as a whole, so it would be a close call. If you want my opinion for what it's worth, I would say that even if Star Wars: The Old Republic 2 is my second most favorite game of all time, and all, I have to pick 1998. I have to pick 1998 because fixing 3D gaming is basically the stepping stone, the foundation of 3-dimensional gaming as a whole. And Baldur's Gate is, this is extremely personal. I know it won't be a common theory, but I think Baldur's Gate 1 is the distant ancestor of open world RPGs. I do consider Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, of course, open world RPGs in 2D, not in 3D, but I think the level design already has the open world philosophy intertwined with it. Is engraved in it. Basically, the level design, the philosophy of creating an open world RPG is intertwined with Baldur's Gate, even if it's in 2D. It's not a matter of graphics, it's a matter of level design philosophy. It's extremely deep, and you can spend hours discussing this, but I do believe that I've arrived at that conclusion. If you do all of the side quests in Baldur's Gate 1, you'll see that it's the first game created with the philosophy of an open world RPG behind it. Stolen poems, what am I doing? I had to go that way. Had to push that way. We're completing missions as I speak about gaming history. This is beautiful, people. I get lost in thought when I think about those things. D3, what I was gonna say. D3. I bet you all remember E3. If you're from the 90s, the 80s, or even the early 2000s or late 2000s, I bet you remember E3. What a crime. A terrible crime it has been. Canceling E3 has been. I honestly hope E3 comes back. Sorry. Now we have the Game Awards. I have a pretty good idea of what happened. That guy, what's he called? Jeff Keighley there in, I don't know in which state of the US he's from. That guy always wanted to kill E3 since long ago. The Doritos guy. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you can Google him. The Doritos guy, Jeff Keighley. He's the presenter of the Game Awards, which are basically, for those of you who don't know, it's kind of like the yes, I don't miss any gaming events since. See, that's true passion for the gaming industry. I don't miss any event. I at some point I thought about broadcasting them, but well, broadcasting the game events, because not the Game Awards, but back when E3 was up and running. Hey, wasn't this the haunted house? We need to pay attention to our surroundings, people. The quest says that. I know, maybe we have another haunted house. I see nothing. What's going on with the quest marker here? Alright, it's a stolen poems. There's a dungeon. Stolen poems, stolen poems, stolen poems. I have been asked to retrieve stolen manuscripts. They have hidden in this mansion. Let me zoom in. There. Or not. Or not. E3 is so sad that it died. Now, last year, sorry if I'm ruining someone's afternoon. Sorry if I'm ruining someone's afternoon. Watching this as a YouTube bot or something. E3 is dead. Last year, the organizers, the ESA organizers, said it wouldn't return. It's so incredibly sad. This is something that I haven't talked on stream yet. I remember that I wanted to talk about it. E3 dying has been kind of like I don't know about this quest. There, we need to enter the dungeon. So where's the dungeon? Probably there. Down there. At the beach. Aha! Right there. Careful because I bet we are gonna be ambushed now. Yeah, I learned my lesson. 100%. Notice that creatures when you enter a dungeon, they don't attack you immediately. The game allows you to trigger at least one of your abilities, and then as soon as you trigger one of your abilities, they attack you. That's a pretty good detection mechanic. But I would have still added to the algorithm of the game, kind of like the spawns a bit more deeper in the dungeon, so they don't kind of like get on top of you as you enter it. Kind of like that's the usual solution that game developers do. Kind of like they place the mobs roughly a bit more deeper inside of the dungeon. Here it's kind of like at the entrance, as you trigger your first ability, the player, kill him. They say, player spotted, kill him. That's it. Only one ability. You only trigger one ability and we kill you. Well, it could have been worse. They could have forgotten about that and allowed the minions, the mobs, to attack you without triggering any defensive ability. Can you imagine? Even worse. Alright, it wasn't a dungeon. It's another wine cellar. So, this is a haunted cellar. How's it going, bro? Nenais the thief. I am a poet, and your judge the same. You will serve me, your life I claim. The mines await you, that's your sentence. Begone now, and find repentance. He's gonna turn into a demon or what? I know. It's a thief. It's just a thief. Thieves no longer scare us. How poetic. We are retrieving a poem from a thief. What's the point of a thief stealing a poem? Anyways, but well, maybe it was one of those legendary poems that they have in museums. There are some museums like this that they have the original medieval manuscript. They have the original paper, the original scroll, and those are worth thousands of dollars or euros. So yeah, pretty much. I was mentioning E3. It's so sad, so sad. I'm so sad about E3. I think that guy Jeff Keighley had a lot to do with it. He always wanted E3 to disappear so he could do the Game Awards. That's my personal impression as a neutral observer of the situation, if you ask me. I think it was fishy and there we go. Pretty good pathfinding. I did it on purpose, calling the horse at the beach there, at the shore. And there the pathfinding. I could force the pathfinding to fail, but pretty good. It's better than in most. I must admit it's much better than in most games back in 2008. Right. I remember E3 was so majestic, but besides being majestic, a lot of people argue that E3 was kind of like a smoke bomb. Like a smoke bomb in which companies would announce games that they haven't yet developed. Kind of like only the trailer. A lot of people complained about that. Marvelous, now the original library and the true poet will be paid for them, not this mad despicable thief.
Everything goes as planned.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, as I said, Scarlet Dragoon, you were right. It is absolutely crazy to achieve 100% completion of this game. But we'll make it. We'll make it. We'll get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. But yeah, I admit it. You were right. It was absolutely crazy. Crazy idea, but well. It's the nature, the inherent and intrinsic nature of the... To analyze the intrinsic nature of the game, we need to do all of these things. It's essential. Besides, the game's gameplay mechanics are amazing, so it's well worthy to showcase it the most time possible. 100% the map, yeah, in one difficulty. Yeah, only one difficulty. Only one difficulty. You did it. I know you did it, and you are mentioning it, but yeah. I know. Also, yes, you are right. If you do it for all of the difficulties like you do in Diablo, well, get ready to... In all three difficulties, you might not live that long. Exactly what I was... Yeah, see? I get you before you're right, dude. Yes, in all three difficulties. It's like... crazy. I have something even crazier that I will showcase eventually, that I mentioned. And the frustration of 99.97%, you have no idea. Probably you are referring to the multiplayer mission here that I got at the beginning of the... I remember there was a multiplayer achievement at the beginning for connecting to the internet and doing PvP. Map completion in this game. But is it tracked? You mentioned that there was some tracking achievement. It must be one of these. The game has an in-game achievement system. You have no idea. Well, we'll be able to relive. For you, this is like Vietnam flashbacks. I've realized. For you, this is like Vietnam flashbacks. Was listed in stats somewhere. Yeah, you mentioned it, but I couldn't find it. But you are probably right. Tomb Raider. Any hero has read 100 epitaphs. Yeah, it has to be one of these. Hidden achievement, something. The game has an in-game, its own achievement system. I love that they preserved this. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely... For you, it's like Vietnam flashbacks, right? Watching me... I can imagine your reaction when you read the title for the first time, saying Sacred 2 100% quest completion, and I can picture you thinking, this idiot doesn't know where he's getting into. He doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. This guy doesn't know what he's... I can picture it in my head now. Sorry. I can picture it in my head. I don't know if it's true or not. I'll never know, but I can picture it in my head. Like when you saw for the first time, 100% complete, 600 quests. He has no fucking idea what he's getting into. His next review will be next year, or something like that. The pacing of that review. He has no idea where he's getting into. Was I right? Or am I wrong? No. The game is amazing. The game is amazing, and I'm glad that I could make it run even remotely decently, but yeah. It's like Vietnam flashbacks for ya. I get it. like like no, no, don't tell me that you go to 99% to 99. Which one was the percentage? 99.97%, and that you couldn't complete it to 100%. No, no, is that the reason? But I can understand your pain, or at least I'm trying to. That's the most empathic thing we can do as human beings. People understand each other's pains and fears. Yes, now I'm getting philosophical. That's why I don't like nihilism. Because it completely considers self-appreciation alone. It's like, I imagine it happened to me. Several times. With what game? Which game was it? Well, with Dungeon Siege 3, it was pretty long, but nothing on the scale of this one. With Titan Quest, I would say it happened to me. Like, I did 100% completion of Titan Quest, and I know that we mentioned it the other day. I think Titan Quest is not as big as this one. This one is a beast. But with all of the new, consider that I don't know if you saw it, Scarlet, that Titan Quest got new expansions and it got quite big. I finished the expansions and I get it. The base game plus the original expansion, which was Immortal Throne. Yes, I have pretty good memory. Immortal Throne. Then when they added modern expansions, because that game was dormant for a long time, and recently highly recommended, people, for anyone who hasn't played Titan Quest, highly recommended. One of the true inheritors of Diablo. I do have an idea. I posted this on Discord the other day. On my on the channel's Discord the other day. I think we have the next successor of Diablo 2 and overall the isometric action RPG genre. I originally believed it was gonna be Lost Ark, the MMORPG, but now I have it clear. The inheritor of Path of Exile and Diablo will most probably be Last Epoch. It's a recent game that has been in early access on Steam for a long time. I played it the other day. It's probably the successor of Diablo 2 and Path of Exile. Last Epoch. It's still in version 1.0 something, but I am 100% confident that the potential I saw there, it will most probably be the successor, the true successor of Diablo 2 that we've been waiting for quite some time, after Path of Exile, of course. So yeah, Last Epoch, I recommended it on Discord, I do it here as well, and yeah, it will, I think it will finally embrace the legacy of the isometric action RPG genre, like Titan Quest did back in the day. Titan Quest is so forgotten. It's always so sad to talk about Titan Quest because it was so amazing. I did a 100% completion of it, and only on the first difficulty, just like we are playing this one. Hey, where's the objective? I'm losing track. This is a dungeon. And we need to get to... What quest are we doing? I don't know, I'm just... Yeah, there was a quest, I'm not lost. Wait. I want to believe it, at least. like there. It should tell me. Yeah, it should be there. Yeah, I think there's a quest at the end of this dungeon that we need to finish. So yeah, Titan Quest, highly recommended with all of the expansions. I remember that you mentioned that this game is definitely bigger. I agree, but with all of the expansions, Titan Quest, be careful because it has gotten quite huge with the Ragnarok expansion. Then we had the Atlantis expansion. Kind of like those are modern expansions, right? After the Immortal Throne expansion that was released back in the day, THQ Nordic, when it revived, um, the story of THQ, it's also an amazing chapter of gaming history that we need to cover one day. Hey, that's it. Would have sworn there was a side quest objective in there. Let me see. Drive the kobolds from the sewers. You're going to go the sewers. So these are the sewers. Let's get back in it. Right. Sorry, people. I forgot to pick the quest before beginning. With all of the expansions. Yeah, this was the entrance, or not? No, I think we entered this through a different. There we go. There's the quest. There's a quest. There's a quest. There we go. I forgot to pick the quest. With then it got the Ragnarok expansion and the Atlantis expansion, and be careful because it must be higher than what we originally remember. How much time? 4 hours, 14 minutes. So the game lasted 2. Ah no, and we are back at this problem. Oh, careful, 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 careful. I don't like this. Let me activate my task manager. Fortunately for these cases, my task manager always, if be sure to activate always in your Windows settings. That task manager should always be on top of all of your games, because in these cases, if you don't configure that, the task manager will be below the game window, and you won't be able to stop it. Here I could do it because I have it configured to be like that. Kind of like in options here, always stay on top here. This one, essential, because otherwise you cannot do this and survive this mess. Right, another theory debunked, so we'll try. We need compatibility mode, but we cannot use XP Service Pack 2. Let me access my executable, the original executable. Let me access the original executable. And no, first this one. In case you're wondering, this miss local disk. It's just in Spanish. I couldn't fix it. Kind of like when it's an old hard drive. So we tried XP Service Pack 3, and I tried Vista Service Pack 2. We could try this one, Vista, kind of like original Windows Vista. So many memories. What a mess. What a pile of crap. You can even see the consequences of Windows Vista in this game today. Let's try Windows Vista. Damn it. Sorry, I'm dumb. I need to also. I think it automatically applies to the original executable. Don't think it makes a difference though, but I need to make sure of it. The original executable here, properties. If I can get. No, this is the system properties. No, this is the folder. No, it must have automatically applied, right? Must have automatically applied. Let's try Windows Vista. Let's try Windows Vista, not the service pack. Well, I mean, this game. Oh well. As I was mentioning, I'm so sad that E3 went away, because even if a lot of people will argue that it was a smoke bomb in a lot of aspects, like showcasing trailers that the games weren't yet developed for those trailers, it provided us with a lot of information, right? So now we don't have any information, or the information is kind of like isolated. Like we need to wait for the Nintendo Direct or the PlayStation Showcase or an Xbox conference, and I don't like it. I don't like that E3 went away. So many amazing memories. Not only the classic memes like "My body's ready" from Reggie, or when I think it was in the era of the Wii U. Not only those the memes, but it also provided a lot of information. Then you would decide what part of that information was true and which one was false. Like I don't know if you remember this. I must be one of the few people remembering this, but there was a game for the PS4 that was never announced, that was never released, and was announced at launch. It looked like a Dark Souls clone, called Deep Down, for example, just to use a random example, that never got released, for example, or the classic, the StarCraft Ghost. I don't know if you know about that one. After StarCraft 2, after the first expansion, we were able to have a third-person shooter starring Nova. Nova from StarCraft, and starring Nova from StarCraft, and it was a third-person shooter. It was a third-person shooter, and it got cancelled as well. And I know that because of the of E3. And besides, there was some. This is the key point that I wanted to make. It was part of gaming culture, if you know what I mean. I'll bet if you watched any E3, someday we need to watch old E3s and and appreciate them once again. We need to do that eventually. Uh, right, so the series are interconnected. We have several ways of entering. Hey, Oblivion all over again. Yeah, of course, it's a European game. It can't ignore the Elder Scrolls. It's American, and it also included in Oblivion the Roman Colosseum. Hey, the Roman Colosseum. All of our ancestors, people. All of our ancestors. All roads lead to Rome. We all descend from them. Not only as Italians. All Western civilization. Actually, there's an old saying that says that Western civilization is composed of the philosophy and the spirit of Greek civilization, and the pragmatism, the body, instead of the soul, instead of the spirit, of ancient Rome. A lot of myths about ancient Rome are wrong. For example, most of you must think that you must be wondering, why do you know that? Because when I did my law career, um, when since we descend from Argentina is closely related to Italy, I had to study Roman law and Roman history. So since we are linked, there are a lot of myths that are false. For example, you must think that ancient Romans didn't have um, toothbrushes. They did. They used mint. They used mint. Um, for example, and that's just a random example. For example, there's an old an old. This one is a bit more extreme, but for example, um, um, the which one was it? The architects creating buildings. There was kind of like they whenever they said they finished the building, they had to. Hey, where's the Roman Colosseum quest here? Down in the sewers. No, this game is massive. Um, Whenever an architect finished a building, it was kind of like a common practice that whenever you would remove the temporal pillars, let's say the construction pillars, not the definitive ones, that the architect had to remain below the pillars, and that's the reason why Roman constructions still exist today. I'm not lying to you. You can Google it. It's the very reason. So, since architects were afraid of basically getting absolutely crushed and annihilated by their own buildings, they they investigated all over the world how to, with the limitations at the time, they had to investigate how to create the most powerful building materials, and that's why you see that the Roman Colosseum, for example, is still standing, because the ingredients of the cement and of all of the building materials, from the bricks and how they glued the bricks together, let's say. I'm not an expert, I'm not an architect. It was so overdone. They went to such painstakingly minuscule details. They used such strong materials that those materials got stronger over time. And contrary to this, to the materials that we use nowadays we use materials that are much faster. Kind of like you can have a building in the US, it's even faster because of the widespread use of synthetic glue that is much faster. You can have for the real estate market, it's amazing, of course, because you have a lot of houses ready and up and running in a matter of months. But back in the day, because of what I told you, that they were afraid of being crushed by their own constructions, they overdid it in such a way that we are still figuring out to what lengths they have gone, because the ingredients are not 100% deciphered yet, but most of it has been solved. Like as I've said, the glue that they use for the bricks. It was so they used kind of like I read this recently. This is a recent discovery. They used ashes from volcanoes and they mixed it with lime or something like that and some other material. It's so crazy, but it's the very reason why you see that that most roads in Europe are still of Roman origin. So imagine we're talking about 2,000 years of there we go. We are talking about 2,000 years and even more of use, and they are still standing. The roads, specifically, that the trucks weren't a thing back in the day. Cars weren't a thing back in the day. Think about this, and the biggest bridge in Europe, which is in Spain, it's still of Roman origin. I know it because it's in Spain, and as I said, Argentina linked to Spain, blah 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 blah. We know about it. That's why I know about it. Our culture is linked, precisely, and in fact, we are so linked that the King of Spain, whenever we have elections, comes here. I don't know if it happens in the US with with the British monarch, with Queen Elizabeth, or uh, now King Charles III. I don't know if it happens in the US, but here it happens. Kind of like the King of Spain comes to the election once the election to the day in which the president assumes office. So yeah, basically, there you have it. You just learned the reason why Roman buildings are still up and running, and they will probably continue to be like that. Hey, it reset my quest. Because the game crashed. My bad. Because the game crashed. True. Because the game crashed. I promise that for Tuesday I'll try to investigate the... if I can finally fix the crashes. I don't know. I'll keep researching. Because I managed to minimize them, but I cannot eliminate them 100%. This game is a challenge in all senses. That's a lot of damage over time. This rat is immortal. No, it's not. I couldn't see why I was mentioning this. That hovering is such. It's not the first time it happens with this game. Hovering sometimes gets bugged, and even if I press down my left mouse button, it sometimes gets. It stops working eventually, and then I have to I have to kind of like move a bit for it to work. Like that.
Justifies all means.
So yeah, there you have it. The reason why Roman buildings will still stand. We should all be proud of it. In fact, I've seen photos that, for example, in Ohio, for example, there's a small monument to, for example, the Capitoline wolf, kind of like as a marking of Western civilization. If you haven't seen it, you should really do it. It's the origin of all of us. Because at the end of the day, it's the same Roman genetics that they're the same Roman genetics that we all have in Western countries. I mean, Europe and North, and not in the case of all of South America. Only in the southernmost cone. Only in the southernmost cone. It's true that in Central America, from Mexico to roughly to here, to the South Pole, to the very South Pole, it's true that there wasn't a kind of like European. There wasn't that much European colonization. Kind of like it concentrated because it was a competition between the British and the Spanish mostly, and other powers, but mostly most of the European migration was to the southernmost cone and the northernmost cone, meaning US, Canada, and then Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay. That's why, for example, we have a lot of Italian traditions here in Argentina and in our neighboring countries, except for Uruguay, which also had the migration. They don't understand. Basically the reason, believe it or not. It's a huge cultural gap. It's a huge cultural gap that is rarely talked about. But yeah, think about it like this. The European powers back in the day, they knew that the corners of the globe are strategic. They are always strategic. Because they give you, back in the day, think about it as well. Even today, they give you kind of like tactical maritime advantage. They give you the tactical, and that was huge back in the day, even more than today. So the corners are always important, like in Total War. So yes, the British had it. They had the clear idea that the corners were. This is our house. We're not leaving. Squatter. Ah, yeah.
The Inquisition is victorious.
It wasn't a medieval tavern after all. I thought it said squatter back then because they were kind of like taking the tavern. No, they took a house. My bad. Because kind of like squatter can mean either a tavern or a house. It generally it's a house. True. Now I realize it. Oh well. It looked like a tavern because it had that. It had that. All of that food. Well, I don't know. I got mixed up. Whatever. Ignore me. So yeah, interesting, and yeah. Now you know it. Believe it or not, this very second that we are speaking, the bricks of the Roman Colosseum are getting stronger and stronger every second. So yeah, pretty much. Well, today's stream has been amazing. We talked about food, ancient history, gameplay mechanics. I could finally complete the dungeon. Everything. We reached the capital of Ancaria. Everything. The C index and the locon system. Everything. I could finally fix my skill tree last time, but today we could see it in action. Squatters, please. It's time for you to leave this house. See, this is a tavern. You need to have this table. Wonderful! I didn't even have to get my hands dirty. Now some tenants will have a little more money. Some tenants with a little more money can move in. Here's your reward.
I never had any doubts.
See, for example, that dirty. It's kind of like an reminiscence of my OG British lessons because, as I said, first I learned British English and then I consumed a lot of American English because of technology and learning about programming. And it kind of like it's a mix. If you pay attention, you must have already noticed it even before I did. Even before I pointed out that sometimes I have some American pronunciations and some British pronunciations. That's the thing. It's pretty common with non-native speakers, fluent non-native speakers, that according to... It's alright, you can learn either British or American English first, but according to the one that you culturally consume the most, then you instinctively lean towards it. So yeah, pretty much. It's like a blank sheet of paper that makes it like I notice I have when I rewatch streams. I notice, hey, what's this building? The Parliament. This could be the Parliament or what? No, it looks like a. I mean, it looks like a court. It does look like a court. Either a court or a parliament. Important government building. But it's empty. Wait. I saw a side quest here. I'm not that clueless. So yes, basically. You get attached to the to a lot of pronunciations. For example, I originally, and this one will sound, this is probably the most old school word ever. Advertisement. Probably most people watching this as a YouTube pod as well wouldn't even know that that's the original and correct, let's say, the original pronunciation in English. But then American tunes were so influential that that it became the one that you know right now, which is advertising instead of advertisement. That one is kind of like There's no avoiding it. But for example, the with a lot of numbers, I realize that I still keep a lot of my original Cambridge uh, pronunciations, like 30. The 30 never lies. 33 instead of 33. Like that T is impossible to ignore. Ah yeah, ignore people. I know I'm extremely boring talking about those things. That's why I usually focus on analyzing the gameplay mechanics, but well, it's interesting. It's interesting. That Roman Colosseum and that omelette reminded me of a lot of things. Get the thieves off of the crane. Crime has gotten out of hand in the docks. Warehouses been burgled. The newest thing is to steal merchandise right off the ship. Use it, however, band of thieves. Merchant thief the crane. Blah 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 blah. Hoist the flame feathered.
If I don't receive appropriate
Okay.
pay, I will send a few
Okay.
crazy hard as nails crack orcs your way.
Thanks a lot. Finally, I can do my work again, and the town will not be swamped with stinking sewage. Alright, this is the quest we needed to down in the sewer. So we completed the squatters quest. We are progressing pretty fast and furious. Look at this quest at the edge of the map. Pete the Fisher. I need help with a professional matter. See, for example, that one was American instead of Mata. One of my competitors has been making my business life very interesting. Yeah, for sure. By the way, people, sorry if I was boring with my pronunciations and linguistic analysis. The thing is that the game is so massive that I begin to think about different things. So massive that I cannot only focus on the gameplay mechanics. If you're thinking what I'm thinking, we are probably having two different thoughts right now. Most of the time, that's what happens. Never mind, I'm sure you still have a lot of things to do here. Alright, this is a delayed quest. Like, we cannot access it right now, so good. Too many fish. What were we supposed to do? I am supposed to free the hostages from the cargo ship, the Crane. Ah, look at that, we've got a hostage situation. Now I feel like fucking Batman from Batman animated series from the 90s. I don't know if you watched it. Amazing. There was always a hostage in that series. Pretty amazing cartoon. Pretty amazing cartoon from the 90s. Amazing cartoon from the 90s. Batman the animated series. Highly recommended. I don't want to say that most modern cartoons are crap. I don't want to say it because it's false. For example, the other day I was watching Unicorn Warriors Eternal. Amazing, on Adult Swim. Amazing. It's from the creator of Samurai Jack, which is my top 2 favorite tune of all time, and that's why I knew that they were about to do another tune. Amazing tune from my childhood. Samurai Jack is my top 2 most favorite cartoon of all time. My most favorite would be Star Wars: The Clone Wars. No surprise there. I even like the first season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars that most people hate. Most people hate the movie, the 2008 movie, and the first season. I love the first season. And hey, those are ghost pirates or what? What are we getting ourselves into? Well, just kill all of the pirates, restore order to the docks. Pretty standard. I think in Baldur's Gate there was a mission like this, pretty extremely similar. But we need to kill the ones aboard the ship, guys. So let's get on top of that ship. Those are the hostages. Hostages? We thought we were going to die here. Yeah, you thought you were goners, but no. Thank you. Easy. Easy. Easy peasy. Easy. 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 Easy money. Easy experience. Easy everything. Talking about my favorite cartoons from childhood. My top one is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. As I've said, most people hate the first season. It's a slow, it's true, but I love it. And Samurai Jack would be my top two. Samurai Jack would be my top two, and it could easily be a tie-in for the first place. And when I saw that they were about to, Gendy Tartakovsky is the creator, highly recommend it. Even if you haven't watched Samurai Jack, amazing. Good work. I'm an honest sailor. I wish to thank you, not rich. Blah blah blah.
Has been accomplished.
And well. Hey, this is the main quest. What did you know? Perhaps someday we can do something about this. No, it's not the main quest. Is that Arika Shalana quest something? Shirka Alana, sorry for butchering your name. Accompany me and pay off my debts. You again. In spite of our last meeting, somehow it's nice to see you. I still cannot decipher what this quest is, so don't ask me. As you can see, I'm not really cut out for life in the city. I don't do well with someone else barking orders at me. Now I'm out of the street again. I still have debts to pay. They're pretty old, but these sharks never forget. Couldn't you? I mean, I would be truly grateful. It really isn't that much either. Come on, I'll take you to Barnmar.
Give you hope.
No, now we have this girl as well. Well, we have a lot of people following us. We are quite popular in Ankaria. What did you know? But well, what was the other quest? Ah, careful! That ship is a transport point. Jail Island. I fear to think where we are now. I see. So, yeah, those boats there, the symbol indicated that we would drop here. Fish are defeated. They're killing each other and the quest is auto-updating. Let's see. Yeah, Prison Island. Good. Hey, so the isles in this game, you also explore them? They are also explorable territory? Wow. Competing fisherman has been killed. I should return to the client. I don't know, it died instantly. Don't tell me there are more quests in this in these islands. Probably. There's a dungeon. I just saw a dungeon, but we'll leave it for next time, people. We'll leave it for next time. So let's get back there. I should activate the monolith in here. And which is right there. I know I had the portal through. No. No point in doing that. Alright, people. So it's been 4 hours 45 minutes. As we did last time, I will manage the inventory right now, so we leave it ready for next time, because I know this part is kind of like boring. You want to see me clearing dungeons and clearing everything and some action. Please accompany me to Lord another person. My staff machine.
Be prepared to pay the price.
Another person who will follow us. Well, at least we have a lot of company. This journey will be short. As soon as we reach a quieter neighborhood, I'll get rid of this smug nobleman. Part of the quest that we probably part of the quest that we just got. We will figure out all of these 4 people following us next time, people. Next time, guys, because this is a lot of quests, but I think we progressed a lot today. Look at this. We cleared all of this section of the map, including the internal dungeons here, all of the side quests, so we have everything 100% explored here. So we beat the world boss on Tuesday, 2 world bosses on Tuesday. You have the stream up, so because they last 7 days there. So we cleared this on Tuesday. We beat our first world boss, and now we are kind of like getting into the capital. And from the capital, this is the main idea, we will expand to all of the surrounding areas. We also have here corn circles and some more here. That's the idea. We'll cover all of the central region first, and then we can proceed with the rest of this immense adventure that awaits us. people. Ensuring the insurance, all of that. So we will manage our inventory. We'll manage our inventory and leave everything ready for next time. And I hope the game doesn't crash as well. We'll manage the inventory and all of the runes right now before finishing the stream, because I know it's boring whenever we start the stream to just handle those. Let's see if we can get a one-handed stuff. So, as I always say, thanks to anyone who may have taken the time to watch this as a YouTube VOD or a Twitch VOD. Deep thanks to you, Scarlet Dragoon, and you, Junior Tech, for accompanying me today from the bottom of my heart. I always deeply appreciate it, because it always encourages me to continue showcasing all of these games that certainly deserved much more praise. Hope my analysis are enjoyable, all of the gameplay mechanics that we discovered today, and that would be it. I'll clear up the inventory and then I will finish the stream and we'll see each other on Tuesday. But I will clear the inventory like this from now on at the end of the stream, just like we did last time. So next time when we start the stream, we don't begin just managing our inventory and we spend a lot of time like that. We want to spend time killing stuff and completing quests after all. Right, so deep thanks, Scarlet Dragoon and Junior Tech, from the bottom of my heart, and thanks to anyone who may have taken the time to watch this as a Twitch VOD after we finish, or a YouTube VOD once we publish it. Well, it will be delayed, but in the future you watch this as a YouTube VOD. I've already mentioned thanks Brightside Gaming for being the 41st subscriber of the YouTube channel. I think I mentioned this in the previous stream, at the beginning of the previous stream, or it was the other one. But in case I didn't do it, thanks from the bottom of my heart once again, Brightside Gaming. And that would be it for today, people. If you want to stay with me, I'll manage my inventory and leave everything ready for next time. See if we can get an edge for next time. Chillon's Might, we have a legendary here. Armor 17, armor 24, regeneration penalty from buffs, hit point regeneration, duration of potion effects. Hey, plus 22.5% extra duration of poison effects. This one's pretty good, but I remember that, for example, it doesn't affect the health potion is kind of like immediate, the effect, so no. Hey, this is what I asked at the beginning of the stream. This is what I asked at the beginning of the stream to Scarlet Dragoon. Right. Chillon's Might. See, there are legendaries in the game with the dark orange system, with the classic Blizzard loot classification system. Look at this. Oh, we'll leave it for later then. And I honestly believe I won't have a one-handed staff in here. Two-handed, they are all two-handed. This game really doesn't want me to dual wield, huh? It hates me. Poison damage, we have poison damage here. Visibility range, no. Toughness, no. Max hit points, I bet you cannot see it because of this. I'll grab them here so you can see them, because my my screen is, my camera is overlapping with a section of the screen. But you can see the descriptions, I bet. Talisman, nope. We have the ring that gives us extra 40. I have it somewhere here that it gives us 40% extra selling price. Should have used it earlier, 2 minutes ago. I was busy commenting. Light concentration potion, let's sell it. Give me that extra money, please. Then we also need to manage our runes. Attack value +8, no. Light radius, no. Damage magic 8.1, no. Physical, it only affects physical damage. Ideal fire damage, no. These trophies, I still don't know how to use them. That's another mystery that we have to figure out. Bell resistance +1, no. Ice crystal, ice damage, interesting. Relic of frost, I'll keep that one just in case. Shuriken, no. Ruinous ring, poison, blah, blah, blah. Let me turn in my runes. Let me turn in my runes. Let's modify them. Well, this is something that I've been constantly mentioning. That this game has probably the most balanced. Where's the rune master? This game has probably the most balanced, as I said last time, looting system. One of the most balanced looting systems that I've seen in a while. One of the most balanced. Because as I said, I won't repeat it all over again, but there's this polarity that generally developers want to ensure that you get the best loot from drops, from fighting monsters, so you will go for Cellar's Doppelganger. We'll enhance Cellar's Doppelganger right there. Because we are permanently using it, basically. Inexorable Subjugation is mine, but I hate it. It's for my class, but I hate it. Let's go. This game, Reverse Polarity is pretty good. It's for our class, besides. We are using Raving Thrust, so Spectral Hands. There we go. Malicious Totem. There's two of them. Let me... Damn it, I think I sold it. I meant to split it. Damn it, I feel damned now. It's with shift, not with control. Soul River, right here. Spawn energy. This game has one of the most balanced item management systems that I've seen, because I mentioned there's two polarities, and generally the two polarities are make vendors useless by giving the best loot by letting the player get the best loot through fighting, which is generally what you want and the polarity that developers choose. But generally, developers are so afraid of hitting the other polarity, the other extreme, let's say, which basically is making vendors give you let me see, shift. There we go. Thank you. I should have done this before. Making vendors give you the best or equal gear to gear as good, that is as good as the drops from the best mobs in the game. Kind of like that's the other system, and most developers are generally afraid of that system, which I talked about this in depth at the end of the previous stream. Like, they are afraid of making the best loot available in at your vendor, at the game's vendor. Eruptive Desecration is for our class, good. Because that would essentially destroy the core incentive of the gameplay mechanics to make the player fight and improve and master its skill tree. Mortifying Pillory is the one I'm using. No, which one is the one that I'm using that much? Ruthless Mutilation, no. Mortifying Pillory, we'll never use it. Good, we'll sell it. I mean, sell it. Sell it, we are... No, I don't know. Transmogrifying it. We are converting runes to our runes. Runes that are for other classes. If you are doing a run of a multi-character run with several characters, this would be useful. We are not doing that, so more power to us. Laminar Ray, Clustering Maelstrom, we are not using it, but only two. I ran short of those, so those two stay. And now let's activate the runes. Cellar's Doppelganger will go up. Must have gone up a lot. Look at that. Level 8 already. 9, 10. Good. Eruptive Desecration. Raving Thrust, Soul Reaver, Reverse Polarity. Do I have... can even distribute perhaps our extra points. Ah. We can perhaps distribute our extra points still, people. Look at this. Gruesome Inquisition. It's a hard cap, right? Yeah, it's not letting me. It's not letting me. I'm only 3 away. I need to have only 3 then. Good. Let me increase my Astute Supremacy. It's at full here. Levin Array, perhaps? I only have 6. I need to think as if I only had 6. Here, 9 to 14. I think I can make it. I think I can snag 1 more point of the Levin Array ability. 4. Look at that. And we have even 1 more point. Widens the angle of effectiveness. Several widens or lengthens. Yeah, but the important thing is the next one, that it can paralyze affected enemies. Elongation lengthens the range of the lightning streaks. The angle was pretty good, so we'll just make it longer. Good, good. I'm happy that I remembered that. That's pretty much it. Let me default back to that. Look at that.
Power emanates from this item.
I'll store the legendaries just in case. Also, just so I have a reference that you can actually have legendary items. I'll also store my Tensanuil's Legacy here. This one. And Daelon's Wrath. Right there. And Chilon's Might here. I'll store these ones here. You also have shared storage. And we'll leave everything ready for next time. I only have 1 slot, right, for this? See, the second I get a second one-handed staff, I'll make use of my 3 Poison Fangs, and potentially my second staff will also be triple engraved, so it'll be devastating. Alright, we are finishing at 215,000 gold there, so amazing. Just give me... we could play a bit of RNG here to see if I can get a one-handed staff. I couldn't get it, but it's of common quality. No, it's been 5 hours exactly, so yeah, pretty much. I'm way too tired of it. So yeah, we'll leave it here then. We'll actually respawn at the High Elf Outpost Monolith next time, automatically. And we'll use the portal here to get to the city and continue finishing quest. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen, huge thanks from the bottom of my heart, deep thanks. Hope my analysis of today was enjoyable. We discovered a lot of things from the morality choices, from we continue from expanding our knowledge of the skill tree. We continue investigating it. I'm sad that the crashes are still present, but well, let's hope that with this fix, this tweak that we did, it gets finally 100% fixed, like without any crashes anymore. Like, yeah, 100%. Once again, deep thanks Junior Tech and deep thanks Scarlet Dragoon for accompanying me throughout the stream. Hope it was enjoyable for all of you people. Remember, on Tuesday you have the YouTube bot for anyone who might have missed the stream, and we'll see each other on Tuesday. We need to keep talking about E3 and how amazing it was, I have lots of memories, and it certainly deserved a better fate. It certainly deserved a better fate, E3. But well, it's way too late, people. Hope it was enjoyable for all of you. We talked about a lot of things. It was an enjoyable stream, amazing for me. And once again, let's see each other on Tuesday, in which we'll continue exploring the capital section of Ancaria. It was a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed the analysis, and we'll continue reviewing every single thing that the game has to offer on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, and see you all, as I said, on Tuesday. Bye bye. Have a great weekend. See you on Tuesday.